nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually meron. Kami. Full service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbebenta kami ng PC components. Nagbebenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.hwsugar.ph na 100% palaging up-to-date yung inventory dun. Kung in-stock yung item sa amin, available yun sa site. We also ship nationwide. Thanks for watching and maybe one of these days, magkita tayo sa shop. Paminsan may nagtatanong kung may kilala ba kaming computer shop na trusted, yung hindi ka lolokohin. Actually, meron. Kami. Full-service PC store ang Hardware Sugar. Nagbabenta kami ng PC components. Nagbabenta rin kami ng fully assembled rigs. We clean computers. Kasama na rin yung excellent cable management namin and CPU cooler repasting sa cleaning. We also clean and repaste GPUs. Nasa Makati yung physical store namin and you can also buy from our site www.
Alright, what's up guys? What's up internet? Thanks for joining me on this Undas Day, on this holiday. It is November 1, it is First Friday, and so we usually do Puwede Magtanong every First Friday. Sorry, I'm just checking chat to make sure na okay naman yung settings. And so far, looking good. So we should be live over Facebook and YouTube. Let me just check Facebook para sigurado. I did do like a teaser screen just so that... Good evening, Renz. Oh, there, yeah. Hardware Sugar test. All right. We're good. Alrighty. Let me just check chat over here and... Yeah. All right. Sup Lopsy, sup Brian Garcia. Sorry, I have my primary monitor. So I'm streaming using the laptop and then we're streaming live over Facebook and YouTube. I was supposed to na-set up ko na siya para mag-vertical streaming din, yung parang on cellphone mode via YouTube. But I wasn't able to input the proper YouTube server pala, so I'll do that for the next stream. Liam Lim, do we offer pick up and drop off for cleaning service? Yes, we do, sir. Just message us on Facebook and then we can arrange it. But yep, yes, we do. What's this about jumping a PSU? Yeah, so the pickup and drop off service, we use our in-house courier. So he's really a Hardware Sugar employee. So he knows how to handle, talagang sobrang sanay na siya, sobrang experience niya magbalot nung kahit anong item. GPUs, full rigs, things like that. And then, yeah, we basically pick it up from your place. We bring it to our place. We clean it. And then we bring it back to your place. So usually, any place within Metro Manila and usually any build. There are very extreme builds na sobrang laki. But by and large, like around 98%, we're usually able to pick it up and accommodate it naman. Sorry, let me just get through the other chat. Hang on, I'll just lower so it's nandito siya. Okay. What's up? Okay. What's up, Brian Garcia? Malaki ba increase sa gaming performance kung mag-upgrade ako ng CPU from 5600, so Ryzen 5, AM4 to 5700 X3D? By the way, I'm using also an AMD GPU 6700 XT. Yes, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, like 5600 to 5700 X3D, so that's the one with the extra cache, the 3D architecture. I think you're maybe looking at around an extra 15% gain. But again, don't take my word for it. You should go into, you should look up the exact specs or the exact benchmarks. But you do see a noticeable bump in gaming performance for that. It would probably be cheaper to upgrade based on the setup you have now, the CPU and GPU, it would be cheaper for you to upgrade your CPU, yung 5600, over upgrading the 6700 XT. So, in the short term, yeah, if you do want a boost in your gaming performance, then yes, the 5700 X3D would be it. If you could extend even more to the 5800 X3D, that would be even better. Although mahirap na makahanap nung 5800 X3D, parang I think AMD discontinued it basically. Longer term, like if you could get a better GPU, a more expensive GPU, that would overall increase your gaming performance better. But yun nga, yung price difference between getting a better GPU than the 6700 XT versus getting a better gaming CPU for the 5600, mas mura if you just upgrade the CPU. So if that's what the budget allows, yeah, that would be a good upgrade, yes. Or another option is you save up a bit more instead of upgrading your CPU, then you upgrade your GPU. You just need to wait a little bit for the GPU. PC suddenly turned off and it won't start again. Sup, friends? Thank you for watching Hardware Sugar. I jumped my PSU, but it works. Suspecting Mobo and CPU because PC won't turn on without CPU. Sorry, medyo yes, that's true. Your PC will not turn on without the CPU. I mean, but it's kind of like saying that humans need water to live. I'm not quite sure where you're going with the. I'm suspecting Mobo and CPU because PC won't turn on without CPU. I mean, even a functioning computer will not turn on without the CPU. But you were playing a game and then suddenly it just died and then now it won't boot. Sorry, let me just go back. Won't turn on again. So it's like completely dead. So it's not even like it won't boot up, like you see some kind of BIOS screen, but hindi siya tutuloy to Windows. Ito talaga patay na patay, nothing comes out. But you were able to jumpstart the PSU. Actually, even without the CPU, you should still might sometimes be able to see some kind of reading. Like, it might boot up. So this one, like, it's completely powered down. Well, the obvious things would be, if you're using an AVR, skip the AVR, like remove everything from the AVR and then connect your PC directly to the wall outlet. So that eliminates the AVR as a potential problem. It might also be the wire to your PSU. You're saying that your PSU is working kasi na-jump mo naman siya. It might be your main cable from the PSU to the power source. Yeah, so basically it's trial and error. It could be the motherboard, yes. I mean, it's true if the motherboard dies, that could show na yung talagang nothing happens when you turn it on. Check also if the power switch on your PSU is flipped on. I mean, it sounds like a trivial thing, but it does happen na flip lang siya. Then you're trying to turn on the power to your using the case power switch, but then it's not working. Could be the naka-flip lang yung switch ng PSU. Try also jumping the PSU, like not using the power on button of the computer. You can actually jump that with a screwdriver if you know the particular pin. Madali naman hanapin online how to do that. So, yeah, it's just really process of elimination kung ano kaya yung sira. I wouldn't discount the... Well, you're saying gumana naman yung PSU, so I don't know. Yeah, parang trial and error. Hard to say at this point. For that price range, maybe around the 40-60, parang ganon. 6600, medyo entry level nung AMD, and that's the previous gen. We're at the 7000 series for the GPUs. So 6600 for you can see, this cat is not even my cat. He's just like a stray cat that showed up in the house and we started feeding him, and now he is super insistent. Like, he's like, feed me. I'm like, he's like, and he's like, he's not even our cat. And then I'm waving to my son who's off camera because I locked him out of the room. Anyway, any alternative? Yeah, so 6600 entry level, 4060 also entry level now. or you know, a decent entry level for graphics cards. 4060 might be a bit more expensive than the 6600. I would maybe try the, like, you know, if you want a curveball, like an Intel Arc A350. So not generally accepted by the market, but its performance really started picking up, like driver wise and things like that. Maganda naging performance niya after na-improve yung drivers. So I wouldn't mind so much. Off. Man, you won't even get off the table. So I mean, the Arc GPUs by Intel, not really that well known, not that well loved, but you know, for the proper price, I mean, I could see that being a good alternative to the 6600. How do you compare parts in US and convert it to PHP? It's mahal talaga mas mahal talaga dito sa atin. And then, speaking as somebody who sells PC parts, so we're, you know, Hardware Sugar is a retailer also, it's not because of what the customers think na, you know, our retailers are just more rapacious. Yung mga tipong, kaya ng market, sige, iangat natin yung presyo. Because obviously, our purchasing power is less compared to big markets like the States. Like overall, the average consumer in the Philippines has less to spend on PC parts than the consumer in the States. So it's illogical for retailers like Hardware Sugar to price people out of the market. We want people to be buying more. If we could price the GPUs less and the CPUs less and all the other components, we could. But the problem is our volume. We're a small market. Sa States kasi, they get volume discounts. And that's why one of the primary reasons why mas mura sa States, because people like Newegg, people like Micro Center, they can buy a lot. And when you buy a lot, the price goes down. Dito, if our dealers, whom the retailers buy from, can't buy that bulk. I mean, we are nowhere near that size. So you notice even in more affluent Asian countries like Singapore, like Thailand, where the consumer can afford it, mahal din yung mga PC parts. So there's a misconception na mahal dito dahil sa mga retailers. It's really more of a function of the market. We just don't have the volume as other markets like the States. So that said, it's really an apples and oranges situation. I mean, you'll see a GPU in the States for $200. Then you do the PHP USD conversion, malayo pa yon compared to what you can find it here. So my suggestion would be to use PriceWatch. So that is our Google Sheet where we track the prices of select CPUs and GPUs locally in the country. We don't track all of the prices, but we try as much as possible para ma-benchmark. So we get entry-level, mid-range, and high-end. So that even if we don't track all of them, you can kind of get a sense kung, ito medyo in between entry-level or mid-range, dito ako papasok. Parang ganon. So roughly, this is where the price of that card should be. So the link is in the video description. No, it's not actually. Let me check. Sorry. Hang on. I will just get the link for PriceWatch. Then I will post it in chat. But we do a video once a month where we talk about the prices, where we kind of look at the trends and things like that. And we've been doing this for 2 years. So may data talaga kami. Oh, shoot. Before that, sobra ako na-excite. Let me just play the ad because that is important to everybody involved. I'll be right back.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffers.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder.
Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin depend method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nagsisigi ka na para sa Windows mo.
Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkoffer.com.
Check out cdkoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. All right. Okay. Sorry, emoji wall. Wait, let me just, I need to find the, can't find the, where do, is it chat? Sub Joe Cool? Not yet. I am still trying to finish, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, to be honest. Although, sana, like, my goal for this long weekend is matapos ko na yung Mercenaries so I can move on to other things. Wait, sorry. Let me just post the... Here. Send message. Sorry, just to reply to the earlier question... That, we're still live over Facebook naman, no? Yes. Okay, there. Okay. This is the... Oh, wrong one. Sup, Campmar. This is the Sihu M57 Pro. Sorry, let me get out of the way. So, we did the unboxing of this guy... Oh, okay. There. Of this guy... last October. So, we did the live unboxing and assembly, and then we will do the review this month. Yep. It's pretty... Wait, so let me glam it up a little bit. So it's pretty good. So it's mesh. This is... You got a headrest. The tilt is phenomenal. I love the tilt on this thing. Show you the tilt. It's like way back there. Yeah, so I wish I could just do the stream like this. Like, nakaganon, and then like... But I need like a screen here so I can see chat. So I can like... respond to the questions. But I love the tilt on this M57 Pro. This is the new version of the M57, which was super popular. Like, talagang apparently bestseller dito. We reviewed the M57 also a couple of years ago. TWU, Things We Use, the exclusive distributor of Sihu in the country, was kind enough to send over the M57 Pro. I've been using it for around 2 to 3 weeks. And yeah, so we will be doing the full review of this guy within this month. Yep. Sup, JM Elizares. Sorry, I did see your message about Horizon Zero Dawn. What? Wait, sorry. Stop it. Why are you scrolling down? Wait. But siya nag-auto scroll down. Wait, here. No, don't do that. Okay, there. Oh, sup, Anton. Sorry, guys, I'm a little behind in the chat. Toto. I know, right? I love Horizon Zero Dawn. When I played it, like, I'm not even a console player. I stole my brother's PS4 to play it, and then I think like I actually bought the game. And yeah, I really like phenomenal. Loved the game. That's why I was really excited for Forbidden West. So I'll get that on PC, but I'm just waiting for the price to go down. But overall, yeah, I really liked it. I don't know if we have it in tray. Actually, we ordered an X3D. But I think yung tray was a 7800 X3D. Or bakit was it a 5700 X3D? Ask us on Monday because currently we are we're off. So the shop is not open today, Saturday, and Sunday. We open again Monday. But yeah, feel free to message us on Facebook. I think we have the 4060 Ventus actually, like on stock. You know, lots of people make a big deal about the VRAM. Ako naman, I'm like the 4060. I mean, that's decent gaming performance for the price that you're getting. For the games that you would be playing with the 4060, I mean, yes, 12 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes would be better, but acceptable na siya for its price range, for the performance that you're getting. I mean, so, if you're doing other things like maybe architectural work, you're playing AAA games with at higher screen resolutions, that's where VRAM comes into play. But you're looking at 4060, you're looking at 1080p gaming, maybe some light 2K gaming. 8 gigabytes of VRAM, okay na. Depends if you want RGB or non-RGB. For no nonsense, like you just want performance fans, Noctua, Arctic, all of those look good. All of those perform very well. Noctua, of course, more expensive. Arctic would be the more affordable option. But yeah, performance-wise, both of those are very good. Deep Cool is both performance and the price is also good. So all of those are, just look into what catalogs, look at their catalog, what's available here. But yeah, those brands are aces for cooling. If you want RGB, it's really very yun depende yun sa customer, like the kind of look that you want, because a lot of the fans are very distinctive looking now. Popular RGB fans are Lian Li fans. NCXT fans are also pretty good, although medyo mahal sila. Well, yung Lian Li din. Again, Deep Cool would be my sort of go-to recommendation for kinda better priced fans that won't break the bank and they're still good. Oldies but goodies like the CF120 Plus. Corsair used to have like RGB fans talaga, pero ngayon, they still have them, but their popularity in the market has diminished. I mean, before we were selling a lot of LL120s, QL120s, ML120s, yung magnetic levitating. But Corsair fans in particular have kind of dropped off the market wish list. Kahit yung NZXT, like during the pandemic days and like before pandemic, Corsair and NZXT were so hot. I mean, like talagang like hot in a good way. Like they were really popular. Oh no. Try it in Drive Manager. Actually, even for me, like whenever I pop in a new drive now, it's not recognized at all. So I have to futz around in Drive Manager to get it to get recognized. So yeah, that's what I would ano. So sup ITX Addict. Yeah. Sorry, I really meant this to overlap, but parang now I don't like naka-overlap. So let me just try to I'm gonna work on the sizing a little bit. Hang on a sec. That's true, ITX Addict. All right, so there, at least everybody can see like the chat now. To be honest, that was a design choice. I thought like I would like the pop-up chat on the to cover the. Oh wait, gotta plug in my laptop. All right, saved it just in time. Yeah, so I actually I did. I wouldn't say a lot of work, but I did some work behind the scenes to try to make everything smoother for the streams, and then I even mocked up, but I haven't executed on it yet, like a vertical stream. So like we would be live streaming to 3 different platforms at the same time: YouTube, Facebook, and then yung vertical ni YouTube, parang for people who are on their cell phones. But I forgot to input the stream key, so that's gonna have to wait for next stream. Plus, I'm looking at the layout now, and it's garbage. Like, it's really pangit. Like, I'm gonna have to come up with a better. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. All right. So, but good to know. And then yeah, I also moved around the layout a little bit. I agree, ITX Addict. So yung IQ ni Corsair, not the best. Not that, I mean, IQ, Corsair IQ, NZXT, Cam, all of them, have been resource hogs, blamed to be resource hogs, and you're not really intuitive. What I've always wanted to do, which I've never gotten around to, is like have an RGB roundup, like just purely aesthetic, and also what interfaces you need to use for particular brands. So like people or brands like Deepcool, they will work naman with your motherboard software, MSI Mystic Lite, or Asus Armory Crate, or Aura Sync, Gigabyte Fusion. But like the hoity-toity brands like NZXT and Corsair, yun nga, they want you to use their specialized stuff. So hassle yun. Yeah, I think we've had, I don't know what the numbers on the stream, but parang we seem to have a lot of chat this time. Sup, Alejandro Ricafort? Thank you for the, I didn't see this emoji chat, but thank you for the blast. Sup, Brennan? I was testing my new PC on Elden Ring on max settings. The PC died on me. Sorry. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but parang it's just like, it's like, parang natakot yung PC na natakot yung PC na I can't handle Elden Ring. No, I can't. And then parang it's like I don't want to go on living anymore. Hang on. Let me just get my son because he is kind of complaining a little bit. And then I'll sit him on my lap and maybe he can watch something over here while I stream. So hang on guys a sec. I'll be right back. Careful. Yes. I know, there's one cat. Wait. No, I'm still streaming. Mama. Yes. Okay, wait. Watch the cable. Yes. You wanna watch Baby? Oh, no. Wanna watch Baby Finn? Okay. You watch Baby Finn there. But what chair will Daddy use?
That one.
Okay. What chair will you use?
You bigger.
Okay, wait a minute. Sorry guys, hang on. Yeah, stay there. I will get your chair.
What is that, Daddy?
You will move this camera over kids. That's why we need to.
What is that?
We have it like this. That's a microphone. Okay, here. Your chair. Okay.
What is that, Daddy?
That's a microphone. You say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, wait. This is my chair. This is your chair. Okay. Wait. Move here. Okay. Ah!
What?
Something fell down. Don't get ipit. Alright.
Something fell down.
Yeah, something fell down there. Alright. You know it's a holiday when the family gets involved in the stream also. Alright, hang on.
What, Baby Finn?
I know. We'll watch Baby Finn. Wait. Here. Okay. Here. But Daddy has to stream, okay? Daddy's streaming. So don't be too noisy. Baby Finn.
Don't beep, Daddy.
Wait, Johan. Beep, beep. Okay. Alright, here we go. Yep, there.
Beep, beep.
I won't be beep. You watch Baby Finn and I'll just finish the stream. Okay, guys. Alright, so now that my son is placated with... This is really why YouTube was invented, so that parents can have time to do other things. But to be fair, like I did a video on this before, like how I let my kids have, or not, like this is my second one. My eldest one is 4 years old. She has only YouTube. But like I really watch the stuff with her. So like I also like Peppa Pig. I also like Bluey. And then like if I see objectionable things, I remove it from her feed. So it's been educational. Daddy. Okay, hang on, Mamat. All right, sorry. Let me. Oh yeah, sorry. So on the question of like it was played, it was a new PC. Then it tried to do Elden Ring. Then it died. Even if it's a new PC, things like that can happen. We've had it. Like it happens in the shop. We everything is brand new. We installed everything, and then we were testing it again and it just died. Then it turned out to be the RAM. It turned out to be very rarely the CPU. I mean, so even brand new things may failure rate talaga siya. So you were running it on Elden Ring at max settings, so obviously you were running it on load. Maybe something gave way. I mean, it's hard to say from that description, but it would just be really general troubleshooting, trying to get the PC to turn on first. Well, like super basic thing to do is like resetting everything, reseating everything. So remove the RAM, put it back in, remove the GPU, put the GPU back in, and things like that, and see if you can at least get it to boot up. If not, check the PSU. Yeah, so those are like super basic things that you can do. But I wouldn't blame Elden Ring specifically. I mean, obviously, computers should be able to run at load for very long amounts of time, and max settings on a game should be able to do that without literally dying. So I wouldn't blame the game. Although there was one, like a year or so ago, there was a game from Amazon. Like the Amazon as a software publisher, they had a game which was notorious for destroying GPUs. Like there was a specific, it was trying to get the GPU to do something, and in doing so, it would like physically break the GPU. I forget exactly, was it an NVIDIA GPU or AMD GPU that was specifically targeted by that? But I mean, those kind of games are rare. I can't even remember the name of the game. And for sure, Elden Ring is not one of those games. So it just sounds like it was bad luck na nangyari while you were running it on load, playing Elden Ring. But yeah, basic troubleshooting tips apply. It's gotten, you know, the thing with the 4060, when it came out, a lot of people were, a lot of YouTube reviewers, sorry, let me be more specific, were like, oh, NVIDIA's crap, NVIDIA's just trying to shovel this thing down our throats, because the performance gain over the 3060 wasn't that great. And they were asking the same price as the 3060 when it came out. So, or roughly, actually the 4060 should be cheaper than the 3060. But outside of the snooty YouTube tech community, actually the 4060 is quite a decent card for the price. You're getting the latest upscaling technology, which you don't have on the 3060. It uses less power. It's faster than the 4060. So maybe not as big a leap as people were hoping for, but it's not necessarily a bad card. But it's also parang, you know, it's popular to say that it's a bad card, that, you know, it's not, you don't get your money's worth and things like that. But on the average, it's, you know, it's not bad. Bit difficult to be honest with this budget. If you just want an office computer, kayang-kaya, no problem. If you want a gaming computer, bit harder. Plus, hindi pa kasama yung peripherals dito. But, you know, 15 to 20K, you're looking at the 5600G, M80X board. Get lower or get previous gen, B450M. You can get 16 gigabytes of RAM. 512 gigabytes, SATA SSD. 2 terabyte hard drive. PSU, like super cheap. 80 plus, not even bronze, 80 plus white. I mean, super cheap, but not yung, hindi naman yung generic. So, you know, quality naman. Although for an office computer, I mentioned this in my videos, I don't mind na it's generic for office computers. Yep. We bought a KVM switch from, oh, sup, emoji wall. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Brennan. I was about to reply to your question and then you reposted it. So we're getting there. We bought a KVM switch from Ugreen just very recently. I haven't heard feedback if it's any good. I actually mentioned it in the last live from the shop, which was around like a week ago, I think. So I'll ask the guys, and then if it's something that we can recommend, because I don't have any personal experience with it. Pero I know that we just recently got one from Ugreen. And generally, Ugreen is pretty good. Like, I'm super happy with the Ugreen stuff. Like, yung mga basics.
Daddy.
Mat. Um, well, it's like, syempre, a lot of people, people take into consideration price to performance. So, I mean, it'd be great if everybody could afford a 4080 Super or a 4090, but, just realistically, I mean, those things are quite expensive. So, you're trying to get the sweet spot between, I mean, yes, I agree. Just what the current generation of GPUs now is capable of doing, it is amazing. Like, just what it was maybe from like 5 years, 4 years ago. So, tech-wise, maganda. But of course, it's always a balance between gaano ba kamahal yung GPU na yan. And actually, I was watching just a video recently on the processing power, like how quickly the processing power of GPUs has grown. And it's really like phenomenal. It's really quite amazing. So, on one hand, I try to appreciate what we can do now, like graphics-wise. It's like, I mean, coming from when I first started gaming, wala pang graphics cards. We were, yung uso na add-on card was the sound card. My first computer was a 486 and then a Pentium. I mean, those were days na wala pang 3D graphics. And I was around when the first graphics cards came out. Wala pang standard programming language. So walang Microsoft 3DX. So you don't even think about the streamlining or the mainstreaming of GPUs now, because everybody just uses the same language, whether it's NVIDIA GPU, AMD GPU. But back in the day, like if you bought a Voodoo Extreme card or a 3DFX card, only certain games would get hardware acceleration. It depends on which the publisher or the developer coded it for. So, ang dami ng stuff like over the years that just really made things a lot easier and a lot prettier looking. Even RTX, like a lot of people bitch about RTX, but just as a technical achievement, how they were able to get the lighting of that. I mean, there were people saying before RTX na imposible yan. We will never see that level of light detail on a computer, generated by a computer, because the amount of calculations needed was just something so high that there were some experts saying na imposible yan. And yet, here we are now where we can joke about RTX on and off. So on one hand, yeah, technology is great. But of course, on the more practical consideration, people are looking for price to performance. Because at the end of the day, they do shell out their hard-earned money for the GPUs. I see the problem with the chat thing I'm using now is na it's hard to see the old chat messages. Never. We're closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so we open again Monday na, so after the long weekend. Yep. Are we talking about the M57 Pro? TWU released it, I think, October 15. The day that we did a live stream assembling it. We got it a few days before, and then we assembled it. We did that live stream on the day mismo na naging available to the public. I don't know ano yung current inventory situation nila for the M57 Pro. No, you won't. Like the tilt on this thing, you won't. Super solid. Like you really feel supported. Like I would lean into it all day long. Sarap. It's one of the things I really appreciate about the chair, because like for example, my son is using now the TT Racy Grogu chair, which can tilt a little bit but not as much as this guy. Love the tilt on the M57 Pro. To be fair, the M57 also had a good tilt, like the original version. I haven't tried it out myself, so I can't say from personal experience. I think maybe WMD Tech had a review of the 420. You might want to check out his channel. Also an excellent local tech YouTuber. Well, this is really the thing. A lot of the improvements were subtle. So I don't want to say anything definitive yet because I want to go back and experience again the M57 kasi hindi ko siya ginamit noon. It was my brother Rafael who reviewed the M57 and who used it extensively. So really, my first real usage of the Sihu was with the M57 Pro. So before I talk about like which I like better and any differences, I want to go back and try talaga the M57. You are not the first one to ask. Yes, I heard about this, and then people were like, at first people were cynical na parang money grab money grab lang by Sony. But like the stuff I've heard, actually worth it naman daw yung remake eh. I don't think, like I don't have kasi the time anymore to replay Zero Dawn and then transition the character to Forbidden West, like to import the character to Forbidden West. So I guess I'm just gonna have to like start from scratch or whatever they give you sa Forbidden West. But yeah, the remake is supposed to be decent naman. We don't usually do discounts like that. And then I don't really track the discounts of other retailers. To be honest, I can't say talaga kung worth it ba yung 11/11 from the point of view of other retailers. We don't follow their discounts. The closest we get is the price watch sheet where we look at the 4 largest retailers in the country and then we look at specific models. And we've been doing that for 2 years, so talagang makikita namin yung pricing trend. Momot. Like the setup, like what you see here, I do this often. So he'll be in the chair. He likes the TT Racy Grogung chair. He'll be watching on my secondary screen, and then behind me, so here is my primary gaming screen, and I'll be gaming on this one. So, I don't know if like, you know, parenting experts would say, you know, that's bad for the kid or something, but at least it's something we share. He can see what I'm playing. I can see what he's watching. We comment. Like, he'll comment on my game. I'll comment on the videos. Afterwards, I hear the video so often that I can sing it to him. And then I tell him what videos I like and things like that. So I think, you know, it's good bonding time naman. Mid GPU, 4070 Super. I think that was the recommendation of ITX Addict. I do agree. Although I think the 4070 Super is around 40k-ish or so. Let me check. Let me check. So I'm opening up Price Watch now, and I sent the link. Yeah, sakto. Last October 17, the average price of the 4070 Super was 38,680. So mga 39, 40k. So I don't know if you would consider that as mid-range, pero price to performance, maganda yun. Yun nga, I mentioned it in the last Price Watch video. 4080 Super is obviously faster than the 4070 Super, but the price range also, ang laki nung agwat. Nvidia has done this really well where you can see the market segmentation. It's like basically they're jumping like 20k every time. So the 4060 is around 20, the 4070 is around 40, the 4070 Ti Super is around 55, and then the 4080 Super is around 78. So it's like 40 to 55 to 80. Very clear market segmentation for the Nvidia GPUs. So with those kind of levels in mind, yeah, you're really looking at the 4060. Although, you know, 4060, you can, you know, sometimes maybe get decent 2K gaming, but definitely 4070 Super, you would want to do 2K gaming on that card, and that's really where you're getting a more elevated gaming experience. Sobrang tagal na natin sa 1080 as a standard eh. So I think it's really time that we start pushing these cards and, you know, getting better resolution. So I myself prefer to play in 2K on my 3080. Even though my monitor can do 4K, I still play in 2K. Because, you know, my shop can't... my 3080, 4K, kaya naman, but it's, you know, it's a little slow for me. It's a little stuttery. Plus, I like kasi I like my graphic resolution details high. We do both have Lazada and Shopee, but we don't really update them. We don't sell a lot of stuff through there anymore because we had a lot of bad experience with both merchants. Like, we got scammed by sellers. The platforms wouldn't help us at all. You know, masakit. You sell like a 20,000 peso CPU. Babalik sa'yo, i-return, and then ika-claim na you didn't send the proper item. And then babalik sa'yo bato. Like, literally bato yung nasa loob nung packaging. So after several times after that, we're like, never again. And then on Lazada, we reached the top level seller for electronics. So it's not like we were struggling with our third party online merchant stuff. We were doing pretty well. But I was proud of when we reached that highest level. But I was even more proud when we were able to pivot away from Lazada and Shopee to. You need water? Okay. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. My son needs water. Wait, dadala na juice ulan to buy. So, yeah, after we got scammed on both platforms were not responsive to what we were telling them. Like, you know, we're a legit shop. We sent out those products. You take a look at our reviews. You take a look at the volume that we've done. And wala, nothing. It's just like the platforms didn't care. So ako naman, don't care about me. I don't care about you. Sige, lipat tayo sa iba. And yung iba was our own online presence, which we already had before, but we really leaned into it more when we decided to get off Lazada and Shopee. And again, we've done videos on this, like detailing our experiences. We have Facebook posts 3 years or so ago when we hit like the top category for electronics and things like that. So, sort of like a well-documented romance. You know, the Hardware Sugar, the platform, we get together. At first, everything's great. Selling a lot of stuff, making money for the shop, making money for the platform. And then the bad breakup, right? When I feel like the other party, the platform, whether it's Lazada or Shopee, wasn't giving us, you know, our due, as it were. Hirap. It's not even the 13th and 14th gen, but even their latest generation, yung Arrow Lake, na yung mga 285. Again, I don't know why they had to change their naming nomenclature pa, pero it's really bad yung 13th and 14th. Actually, it hasn't affected their sales too much. Like, I saw data from Tom's Hardware. Mainstream consumers, hindi pumasok sa level of consciousness nila yung that whole thing about like the CPU is cooking itself, trying to run faster. But Arrow Lake, the sales have been very bad. Like yung latest generation, nakaka-release lang last month, sales have been terrible. So I don't know if Intel can survive from that. Na people seem to be turning away from their CPUs. Mas okay pa yung 13th and 14th gen eh. Like their sales were decent, but this latest the latest CPU line, hirap. Although ITX Addict has a good point, Intel has a lot of money to burn, but like they had a $30 billion factory that they were setting up in Germany. They've stopped working on that. So I don't know how much longer they can continue as a top tier kind of concern, as a going concern. I know, right? That's why I kind of chuckled when I heard it. I always like when people ask me, do you need an AVR? I say no, but depending on the area that you live in, you might need one. So, I'm in Metro Manila. My PC, so my main rig for the longest time has just been plugged right into the wall outlet. Because if the PSU is any good, it already has built-in protections, the same protections as the AVR. So it's not like you're giving it additional protection. Although I guess you can argue na at least yung AVR yung masisira, hindi yung PSU. But in any case, the PSU should stop the damage before it reaches anything else. Long question. Meaning to upgrade my 5-year-old system R5 3600 3070 to a 9800 X3D. Wow. And maybe a 5080. Wow. I want to get an M80X case, but I see a big flaw sa 2 case options like AP201. PSU designed to have its intake fan directed toward the inside of the case rather than the front mesh. It's either that... You don't want Humpty Dumpty? Okay. Here, try that. There are a lot of cases on the market. I'm not too familiar with a lot of them. But like Thermal Take has a bunch of interesting stuff right now. A Deep Cool competitor recently launched, which has good... We're trying them out now. I forget the name. Starts with an O. Like I want to say oxytocin, but it's not that. That's not their name, but it starts with an O. So basically, there are a lot of manufacturers on the market. There are a lot of cases. We could probably find a decent M80X case with the proper orientation that you're looking for. Especially because the 5080, I think, will be running hot and you'll need power. Although that said, the AP201 has very good ventilation already, especially if you get the mesh version, not the TG, the tempered glass version. But I can't think of any particular M80X case that I would recommend off the top of my head. But for sure, we could research and come up with something. But there's no rush on it kasi technically hindi pa nga na-announce yung 5090, let alone the 5080. So you're looking at a time frame of maybe like first quarter next year for all of that. Sorry to hear that. Could be PSU. And that's what's nice. Like if you bring it into the shop, we can do diagnostics and we have a lot of extra hardware around. So we have a lot of extra PSUs. We can just plug everything, take our PSU, which we know is working, and then plug it into your system. And then if it runs, then your PSU is faulty. I also got a PSU tester actually for the guys. They don't know about it yet, but I got a PSU tester for the shop, so it'll be even faster. So yeah, that's a nice thing about bringing a system to us for diagnostics. Not only our expertise, because our audience has a lot of technical knowledge. I've learned a lot from you guys. No joke. So we also have the technical knowledge, but another thing that we have that you might not have is like a lot of extra hardware lying around that we can use, that we know is good. So parang trial and error na lang. Like, we plug this part in, gumana, then most likely the counterpart on the customer side is defective. Parang ganon. I see you recognize it. I haven't updated the NVIDIA driver. We haven't seen an uptick in people complaining. Kasi when there are bad drivers or bad Windows updates, we do see a lot of people complaining. It's just like the nature of our work. A lot of people end up coming to us when something goes wrong with their computers. So we can really kind of pinpoint when a particular update caused a lot of people grief. We haven't seen a spike in those kind of cases recently. So I wouldn't... of course it's possible that the latest update isn't working well with your system. But baka malas lang, isolated lang to your system. I haven't actually updated to the newest driver. I'm a little wary about updating now in general. Windows Update, NVIDIA driver updates. Dati kasi malinaw eh. You want the best and most stable performance, update. But nowadays, it's not as clear cut. So I try not to do it as much as possible. Like if I'm happy with the current version, I just usually sit it out. Okay, we hit the 1 hour mark. Let me just run the ad again, just so that our sponsor is happy.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffers.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder.
Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nagsiligi ka na para sa Windows mo.
Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkoffer.com.
Check out cdkoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. This sounds like a more complicated problem though. BSOD, PC not posting, had to use DDU, and the issues are gone. And then I reinstalled NVIDIA GeForce to stream, not posting again. You might want to do a window. You might want to just nuke your Windows, like fresh install na rin ng Windows, and then the latest NVIDIA driver. Kasi it sounds like medyo deep-rooted na yung issues. I mean, at least you were still able to DDU it and then get it to run again. Pero ngayon, parang malala na. Yes, thank you. This is the game published by Amazon which broke GPUs. Yes. But maybe around 2 years ago. Thank you, Mikey Tech and Alejandro Ricafort. Angelo from YouTube. Good evening. Trying to create a cheap PC for my first time using a colorful. Yung Athlon is a really old platform. Wait, let me check. Is that even AM4? Yes, baby mo. Okay, sorry. It is an AM4. Okay. I wasn't sure. Tirap, but generally at that price range, so my thing is always get yourself an SSD for like a super entry-level build. It can be a SATA SSD, but you'd still get a lot faster performance than an HDD, so you can put your OS there so that it'll boot up a lot faster than compared to if it runs off a hard drive. So you get a SATA SSD, 256 gigabytes. You get a 1 terabyte hard drive. Sana 16 gigabytes of RAM, but if hindi kaya, then I guess 8 gigabytes. Get 2x4, or at least always get 2 sticks so you can take advantage of dual channel RAM. And then, yeah, like basically the cheapest PSU. Doesn't need to be like a lot, like 550 watts. Even 450 watts would be okay for this one. The problem is kasi when you're like super penny pinching at the start, you don't give yourself a lot of room to expand. So if you get a 450 watt PSU now, then you get a GPU later, you might probably need to get a more expensive GPU. But for your present needs, something like that, 450 watts, 16 gigabytes kung kaya of RAM, 8 gigabytes kung hindi, 256 gigabyte SATA SSD, then a 1 terabyte hard drive, parang ganon. And then of course, the case, just any old case, you can get like a case for like $800, parang ganon, mga Fortress. Actually, yung Fortress has even generic PSU nakasama na high power capacity if you want to go down that road. So, yeah, that some options. Thank you, ITX Addict. Yes, that could also be an option. You can see the sheet now on our site. You just need to go to hwsugar.ph. All of the secondhand items we have are there na. Nice CPU upgrade, 7800X3D. Still using the 1080, waiting for the 5000. Well, you really, I don't know, it's hard to say because there are no benchmarks, puro speculation pa lang. So, if you can, a 5080 with a 7800X3D will do phenomenal in most games. If not, then you probably want the 5070, but usually kasi yung Nvidia, they release the 5090 and the 5080 first. So kung maghihintay ka for the 5070, you might be waiting a bit longer. Usually like it's a quarter after. Like they really want to lead with their faster or their fastest horses. So it's 5090, 5080. I haven't even seen any chismis yet on the 5070. So if budget allows, really, I mean, there's only like two choices, 5090, 5080. 5090 is a bit bonkers, but if you can, why not? Mas reasonable pa siguro yung 5080. If that's not achievable, then you wait for the 5070, which is, but both 5070 and 5080 would be in line with the 7800X3D. So depend na lang, where your budget tap out. When you just like, di ko na talaga kaya, that's just too much. Depends if that lies on the 5080 side or the 5070 side. We generally recommend both. Yes, we've built a lot in both of them. In particular, I think I was the one who did the AP201 review for Asus, the video on the channel. Very nice, very quality case, great airflow if you get the mesh version. Not too much. Like I don't have any personal experience. We don't also carry it a lot. I can't say I'm like from personal experience. PC cases, the second, like, are you talking about the second-hand market? It's not as robust because a lot of people don't think to put them up for sale. Also, kasi the market doesn't really look for second-hand cases because the case, being the kind of product that it is most likely to get scuffed up and most likely to have something external aesthetics wrong with it, or missing parts like yung mga the PCIe slots in the back, kulang na yung parang the slot that you put in if you're not using that particular slot, the metal wedge that you put in. So I don't really have any particular insight other than it can be hard to find a particular case if you're looking at even like an old one and you're banking on the secondary or the second-hand market. That said, I don't know, maybe we could still get the CH370. I assume this is a deep cool one. That doesn't seem too old. Let me hang on. You are... Yeah, it is deep cool. We could probably get a 370 pa rin, I feel. If you could message us on our Facebook and we'll get back to you by Monday, we can ask our supplier if we can still get it. Yeah. alam mo, ITX Addict, I am trying like I'm trying to factor in my upgrades. Like I've been happy with the 3080. I didn't touch the 40 series. So I think I'm due for a GPU upgrade. Yun nga, and it's like 5090, 5080, and I always used to consider the 90 series, like 3090, 4090, so extravagant. Like I would never touch that. But you know, like I'm sort of kind of leaning to it now kasi parang like I take a long time between buying GPUs and sinusulit ko naman siya. And now I'm just waiting, like it depends to how well crypto does, I guess. Mama. Yes, I'm awake. I'm streaming. Look, there you are. We'll show you the video later. It's kind of like you're on Kokumenon. This one actually starts school on Monday. I have an old 1 terabyte HDD. Yes, yeah, no problem. Do it. Yep. I do the same thing. I have I have an NVMe on my current rig. I have a SATA SSD. Then I have 2 hard drives. Yes. So yeah, no problem. Go for it. For me, it's still a 4060 just because NVIDIA graphics, the quality is usually better. Like yung graphic details, if you're more for like raw performance, you don't care too much about the RTX, baka 7600. But then, usually NVIDIA drivers are also just better optimized, less headache. But if you're the type that doesn't need or doesn't really care too much about how RTX looks, you don't mind tinkering around with your GPU to get, you know, good settings and the occasional wonky driver update, like you know what to do when a driver update goes wrong, then the 7600. But for me, for more mainstream consumers, it's usually the 4060 is usually my recommendation. My brother Rafael will be happy to hear that. I would go with AMD. 9800X3D. It would be my choice. I think it ought to be faster than the 4700K. Kasi medyo performance yung 14700K, but it's not like, you know, it's not like the 14900. So you could even go higher on Intel. But for me, like the 9800X3D for gaming and content creation, that would be really good. My personal rig is a 5900X. I upgraded it from a 3700. So R7 3700X to a Ryzen 9 5900X has been super useful for me. Not so much for gaming, but for video editing. IDX Addict BTC to 150K. I don't know, man. I'm hoping. Right now, it's like people can't decide. Like, is this a real breakout or is this just fueled by perps, by futures trading? Kasi they're kind of betting that Trump will win, and then they're betting that BTC will skyrocket after a Trump win. So it's kind of like a proxy for the U.S. election results. But like some people I follow on crypto Twitter are like, this isn't the grounds for a real sustained price increase kasi people holding spot instead of holding futures hasn't risen. So if it's just US election driven, then interest will really die down. Like it's not there to sustain like a long term a price increase. So yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of thing I'm looking at now. That said, I wouldn't mind like downside wicks to. I do, baby mama. What's there?
Down there.
Yes, I'll get it later. What is that? What is that thing on the floor? Anyway, like that said, like people are on that end of the spectrum speculating that this is just like US election related mania, as it were. Then Bitcoin will correct again to around like mid 40s, 49K. I wouldn't mind, to be honest. And then like I would spend this guy's college fund when Bitcoin hits around 45, 49K and just long the heck out of it. And then hopefully it makes a return so that he can go to college. Good advice. I want to, but again, I am cheap AF and I will probably play Outlaws when it gets super discounted. So we're talking like 2 years. Like if you watch the gaming streams, you know that I just finished Jedi Survivor and that came out like March last year, I think, or something like that. Or was it Christmas last year? So it was like a 1-year-old plus game. And I only got around to playing it now because the discounts were enticing. And I enjoyed it. I loved the heck out of that game. That was super enjoyable for me. I also played Fallen Order. I think my only criticism of the series is that, and I might get in trouble for this, but my only criticism really of the series, I love the Force powers, especially in Survivor. It's like they really amped up, like you're feeling the Force and you kind of turn dark side and you just go full Jedi, like whirling lightsaber dervish kind of dude. I mean, I really enjoyed the gameplay elements. My only criticism really of the current Jedi series is what's the name of your character, the main character? Like I want to say Kyle Katarn, but that's like the old that's like the old Jedi series. Crap. Anyway, the main guy, he seems so vanilla to me. Like he's just like, and again, this is like where I might get in trouble. He's like plain white dude Jedi type guy. Like he's so vanilla-ish. Like he's like, oh, my master got killed in the purge and I've been hiding, but I want to help people. I mean, it's a story we've seen done. It's done well in the games. And of course, you could be tempted now by the dark side. He kind of has like a girlfriend going on with a night sister. All for that. More happiness to you. We need more sensitive people in the universe. But the story is very kind of like very vanilla. Like when we get to play as a Twi'lek Jedi, or and what would have been nice, like if they had done that, is that the Empire is explicitly racist. Like Rebel Alliance has a lot of aliens. Of course, they didn't award Chewie the medal at the end of A New Hope, but what you're gonna do. But the Empire is explicitly racist. Like that's why they're all human for the most part. So it would have been nice if you were a Jedi survivor, plus you were also alien. I think that would have made an interesting dimension to everything. But there was one. But going back to how much I enjoyed the gameplay. Not this one. Why not? I haven't seen this. Oh, why? You liked this one before?
That one.
Okay, here, change. Here. Check it. But just going back to how much I enjoyed the gameplay, at one point in Survivor, you duel Vader. So it's not a spoiler because you also duel Vader in the previous game in Fallen Order. So I wouldn't say it's a spoiler. And obviously you can't kill him, right? Because Vader needs to be Vader and he needs to do other things in the movies and in the comics and in the other things. But anyway, you do get to duel Vader in Survivor. And then I just got so caught up in the gameplay. You're not even playing as a primary character. You're playing as one of the secondary characters. You're dueling Vader. And he really fights like you would imagine Vader. Like, parang heavy hitter. Like, he's not fast. But when he hits you, he really hits you. And he has like a ton of force powers. Like, he's throwing shit at you and stuff. So, parang sobrang bagay yung playstyle of Vader in the game to how I would imagine dueling Vader felt like. And you're like scrappy. And so you really have to keep hitting him para he doesn't get like he can't focus his attention on you enough to wallop you talaga. So I really got caught up in the gameplay. It's like, and when you're hitting him, parang it's like if you're a big Star Wars fan, it's like you almost feel a little bit of catharsis. Like, everything that you've done, you've brought this millennia-old order to ruin. You've brought the Republic to ruin, all because you couldn't keep your pants on. I mean, you gotta be better about how you pursue your love life. But it's like so I really got into the gameplay, and I really enjoyed the gameplay of Survivor. There were highlights for me, like that particular duel with Vader. And so again, it's worth it for me. Okay, this one I know you like. This one. Hang on, where is the mouse? Mama, where'd the mouse go? There. Okay. So, parang for me, worth it naman to get a sort of high-end rig. masakit sa bulsa sa simula, but I tend to use it over a long period of time without changing anything. That's my usual way to build a PC, kind of medyo high end, and then not touch it or minimal upgrades for the next like 4 or 5 years. Why does Photoshop crash? I like how you don't use pirated. Like is pre-activated a euphemism for pirated? I mean, basically when you bought the computer, it was already activated and you didn't ask anymore. There's no clear answer. It could be hardware related. It should still be able to work with integrated graphics without a GPU, but depending on what you're asking it to do, it might be too taxing, and yes, it might crash the computer. So it could be hardware end, it could be software end. I mean, you never know what those cracks do to the software. I mean, it could introduce instability or you don't know what's running in the background along with Photoshop just because you ran a crack. So very hard to say, to be honest. I can't pin it down just based on the information you gave me. That said, by the same token, like the other side of the coin, just because you don't have graphics doesn't mean Photoshop won't work. Just because you have a pirated Photoshop doesn't mean Photoshop won't work. So it could just be like other things also, aside from the CPU and aside from the nature of the software. So again, that's not very helpful. But you can try other things, maybe adding RAM, if that's a possibility. Trying less complicated projects first in Photoshop and then seeing if that works. Sup, Ross? Thank you for the name. Thank you, Eagleman. It is Ossipus. What a weird name though. Ossipus? Doesn't sound like a nice ano. We don't. We've been trying to get in stock, but it's wala na. It's discontinued. So it's hard. And I think our dealers are also out na rin. Like naubos na yung stock. What's the next one, Mamat? Oh, you like this one. The next one you like. And the next one after that. And then we'll do belly button.
Daddy.
Mamat. That's a good one. We tried to have it early, but now that Halloween has officially ended, I guess we should start planning. About laptop, more for office work and map rendering. GIS, like the thing you need to submit to the SEC, Google Earth. I will plead ignorance. I am not very good at laptop parts and laptop specs in general. They are very different from desktop. They're like pared down versions, cut down versions of the desktop. So when you're talking about 4070 on a desktop and then 4070 on a laptop, the performance is not the same. Just because they had to kind of cut it down to fit it into the space, use less power, generate less heat. So I usually follow desktops. I'm not very good at laptops. So I am sorry. I am not much not much help on this question. If it still runs well, I wouldn't upgrade it first. I would let AM5 stabilize for just a bit more. I mean, it's not a new platform. 7000 series, like a 9000 series na just coming out. DDR5, not new. But, there are still growing pains, both with the Intel DDR5 side, AMD AM5 DDR5 side, and then the new CPUs. So, basically, if it's ain't broke, I wouldn't suggest fixing it or upgrading it just yet. Just keep it for now. And then, wait maybe 6 months, maybe wait 3 months or so when... Because like the 9000 series hasn't even launched yet here locally. So, feeling ko may growing pains pa yan eh. So, give it at least like 3 months. Especially since there's no rush naman on your end. Russell actually is now in charge of our inventory, and yeah, this is what I was saying na parang EOL na siya, end of life. If it's at a good price and you're not okay pa naman yung performance, like, you know, yeah,
That one, Daddy.
okay mo. This one you like. Next one. Then afterwards we'll play the robot game. Okay, we'll play one robot game, okay? Maybe like 10 more minutes on the stream. It really depends. Sup JP Renor? I always think of the StarCraft character, Jim Raynor, when I see your name. Sorry, on the 26, 12 gigabyte second hand, it depends on the price. If you can get it at a good price, I don't know, what's that, like 5-6K now? I think 5 to 6K for a 2060 12 gigabytes would be a good price. If, you know, and you're aiming for 1080p gaming, then yeah, why not? That seems fair. You Against the World, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I am kind of tempted now to try. I might be getting one. Like, to be honest, I've been thinking about getting a handheld system just because I spend a lot of time waiting for the kids in their schools, and like I want like something I can game on. So I'm thinking the ROG Ally, but it's IPS, or yung Steam Deck na OLED. Pero kasi mas maganda yung internals ni ROG Ally except for the screen. So yun, I'm like, my thought process here is like, I don't intend to play like AAA games because I think that's ridiculous. AAA games, it's for my desktop. You know, I'm gonna play adventure games, turn-based games that don't need fast processing. So since since I'm not gonna be playing AAA games, di okay na yung specs ni ROG Ally. But I'm thinking that's not logical. Like, if I'm not really aiming for AAA games, then I should just go enjoy the quality of the games that I am playing on the OLED of the Steam Deck. So I don't know. I'm still kind of debating it internally. But that's what you should do also, that kind of thought process. What games am I going to play and what hardware do I need? Kasi paiba-iba din. If you play 1080p games, then you only need these kind of graphics cards. You're wasting your money if you spend like money on a 4070 Super. If you play Dota, Valorant, you know, you want kind of like CPU heavy instead of like GPU heavy. So those are the kind of considerations you should be thinking about when building a gaming PC. Really, what kind of games? One, what kind of games do you play? And two, at what settings? What resolutions? What graphic details and things like that? Actually, you can get one now, like PG48UQ, but the curve that we reviewed, like, if it were me now, I would go for the curve, to be honest. I forget lang what the curve is now. Yun. Yeah, so you really gotta choose the games that you're gonna play. Yeah, I'm not expecting... Next one. I'm not expecting it to play AAA games or anything by any chance. I don't know, bro. I haven't watched the movies. Yes? Oh, excuse the mic. I haven't been following the Tom Hardy Venom movies. Oi. Hi, Jackie.
What, Daddy?
Yes. No, I'm saying hi. Say hi.
What is that?
That's the microphone. You say hi. Hello. No, it's not a telephone, Matt. I had the pleasure of delivering Jackie's computers twice already. Nice drive, and then very accommodating people there. Oh, you don't like Sid Marie? Thank you so much for being a loyal customer of Hardware Sugar. We really appreciate the business. And it was nice to see the old PCs, the old PC when I was there. Actually, I posted about it, Jackie. Tapos sabi ko na parang medyo mabagal na yung lumang PC. Then I wanted to kind of optimize it. Pero takot ako na, syempre, di ko alam kung naka-backup or anything and I might break something. So, but I was really a little tempted to hang around a bit more to customize the old one. Not this one? Okay. Let's find one that you like. Oh, here. I like this one. All right, I do gotta end the stream before midnight so that it counts as a November 1 stream. Yeah, so thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll just take one more question. Upgrade my setup.
Not that one, Daddy.
You don't like colors? Okay, let's do... Oh, here, this one you like.
Mommy.
Upstairs. You want to go to mommy? Oh, you want to go to mommy na? Okay. All right, guys. I really gotta go because I gotta bring my son up, and then, but I'll just answer this last question. Wait, just watch this video, Mat. Then I'll bring it up. Okay. Do I need to upgrade my setup?
I want Mommy.
Okay. I will answer Mark Ramos's question right after I bring my son up. So just give me like 1 minute. Be sure. Come on, Mat. But I thought we were playing the robot game.
I want Mommy.
Okay. Man, these streams where everybody's in the house really gets messy. The answer to this is, I'm sorry, it depends. Like, I'm sorry because it's not a straightforward answer, but if you're just using it for work and occasional gaming, this is still a very good setup. If you're looking to play AAA games at kind of decent or above average settings, we're talking 2K, graphic detail set to high, this one might feel a little pokey. I would upgrade at least the GPU to something like the 4070 Super. People will complain it's bottleneck. Don't listen to them. I don't have time anymore to go into detail why I think bottleneck is like this thing that people obsess about, which they shouldn't obsess about, which I've talked obsessively about in all of the Puwede Magtanongs. So it really depends on your use case, what games you're gonna play, and at what settings. That said, I noticed that Bitcoin has just dumped. Right before the stream, it was like rising 71K. Now it's dumping back down to 70. I do have some longs that I want to cash out on, so I need to go and make money. Thank you so much for joining me for November Puwede Magtanong. Whole bunch of content this month. Stay tuned on the channel. Probably tomorrow we're gonna do a game stream or something. So I like to knock those out early on in the month. So yun. Yes, I have to go before before what was once in profit is in the red. So, crypto trading. What you're gonna do. Enjoy the long weekend, guys. I will see you tomorrow for another stream. Probably a gaming stream. Enjoy the long weekend. Stay safe.